Good morning, children. This is A. Manoj Kumar, working in Oxford High School, Pugunduru. We have been discussing about handicrafts and handlooms. Last class, what I explained you regarding part 2, handloom weavers in Dharmavaram. Regarding that, I explained. I given some information. You tell me, Dharmavaram located in which district in Andhra Pradesh? Yes, Anantapuram district in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, which is the largest district? Anantapuram itself, it is the largest district. So, what is the speciality of Dharmavaram? Yes, Dharmavaram. In Dharmavaram, they are making beautiful sari. That is nothing but Dharmavaram sari. Already this sari having patent right. Okay, na? So, by using which technology they are weaving? Interlocked weft technology they are applying. So, up to that extent I explained in the previous class. So, here in this session I am going to explain about stages before weaving. If you go in a weaver's colony, then see how they are weaving the sari. Just see and observe which process they are following, which kind of things one by one they are following. Just observe. Then if you go weavers colony, okay na, the weavers where weavers are weaving the saris, go that area and see maggams. Observe the maggams. By using the maggam they are weaving the saris. One process they are following, isn't it? See, the raw silk extracted from the silk cocoon. Already you know. So these silk cocoons are growing in mulberry trees. Okay na? So the raw silk extracted from the silk cocoon undergoes some process before it reaches on loom, maggam. Okay na? So many process. After these processes, then this and reaches maggam. Then the strands of kacha pattu twisted together to make yarn in twisting centers. Okay na? Then so initially they will take these strands. So by using these strands, by combining these strands, they are making yarn. Yarn means daram. Okay na? So strands means parlo. After that they will combine it, then make one thread. Okay. So this process where they will do, so where they have to done this process in twisting centers. Okay, the raw silk is made convenient for wrap. Wrap means vertical threads and weft horizontal threads. This process is called sappuri. Very important. The raw silk is made convenient for wrap and weft. Wrap means vertical threads and weft means horizontal threads. By arranging horizontally, by arranging vertically, so these horizontal threads and vertical threads process is called so sappuri. Okay, then later silk yarn is dyed with colors. Okay, if you go weavers area, what they will do? They will arrange the sticks. In that sticks, okay, na, they will spread the thread. Okay, now by that time you are able to observe the horizontal threads and vertical threads. That process is called sappuri. Later they will apply different colors. Okay na? See, later silk yarn is dyed with colors. Dyed means applying. So dyeing is the coloring process by dipping the yarn in boiled color water at very high temperatures. So what they will do? By they will take these threads, then they will dip into the hot water. Okay, now that hot water contains color. Already they poured some color in that hot water. So which color is needed? In that color they are dyeing it, applying the color. Repeated boiling and cooling of the yarn helps in the uniformity of dye application. So dyeing method they will follow. First of all, what they will dip that yarn in the hot water. After that they will taken out. Then they will cool it. So cooling and heating process they will do. Why they are doing that process? Following that process, then uniformity of dye application, uniformity of dyeing. So they are following such a process. After coloring the silk yarn is dried in shade, this process is called tie and dye method. Remember that, tie and dye method. After coloring the silk yarn is dried in shade, this process is called tie and dye method. So up to now we came through new words, that is Sappuri, then tie and dye method. What is Sappuri? Sappuri is nothing but the raw silk is made convenient for wrap, vertical threads, and weft, horizontal threads. This process is called Sappuri. Then what is tie and dye? After coloring the silk yarn is dried in shade, this process is called tie and dye method. Okay, now tie and dye method. Next one, tools and machinery. Which kind of tools these weavers are using? So now we will discuss. Suppose if they wanted to weave any saree, any cloth, then which is the main machine they are going to use? Yes, which is that? Yes, that is nothing but the wooden loom. Wooden loom means what? Loom means maggam. Wooden loom means chekka maggam in Telugu. So every weaver containing wooden loom in their house, they are fixing it, and then they are weaving the cloth like this. Okay, na? If you go that particular house, so they are weaving like this by using wooden loom. Wooden loom. Not only I have written. Weaver's own means contain the wooden loom, which is the main tool for weaving. Apart from the wooden loom, they also contains knives. Okay, na? Knives. Then one big container for boiling water. For that purpose, they are contain that container. Then trunks of maize, usalu, trunks of maize, horns, komulu, and other tools like huge container for boiling. These items they are containing. Apart from these, iron rods for drying, spinning wheel for turning fiber into thread or yarn, fly shuttle, pedal with help in the designing and weft formation, computers and punched jacquard cards for designing. These are the objects they are containing. Suppose they wanted to design the different colors on the saree, then by that time they are using jacquard cards, punched jacquard cards. By using the punched jacquard cards, by taking the help of these punched jacquard cards, different kinds of designs they are making on the saree. They are designing on the saree. Okay, now these tools are very important from them. Then every weaver contains such tools. Then if you look at the saree, you will notice that there are very intricate designs, different designs on them. Different kinds of designs already designed, that means imprinted on saree, printed on saree. Previously they used to plotting the design on graph paper. By using the graph paper, they designed on the sarees. Nowadays by using the computers, different kinds of designs they are printing on the saree. Okay, na? By using the computer technology, they are designing different kinds of designs printed on the sarees. They are designing different designs very easily on jacquard cards. Okay, by using the jacquard cards, different kinds of designs they are printing on the sarees. So that is the easy method they are following. For this purpose, there are special designs. Okay, centers are there. So they are going special design centers, and they are saying to them, we want such a design. So please imprint on the design on this saree. So they will do it. Who will do it? These design centers, they will print the different designs on sarees. Okay, now such a way they are using the tools. Okay, now which tool? Every weaver contains wooden loom. Okay, now apart from the wooden loom, then some weavers contains the knives, then horns. Okay, now then another one is trunks of maize, then fly shuttle, pedal with help in the designing, weft, pedal with contain the designing and weft formation, computers and punched jacquard cards. These are the tools they are containing. Okay, na? So this is about tools and machines. So next one is handloom weavers in Dharmavaram, which process they are following while weaving a sari. Then they are following wrap, weft and jari. So wrap, weft method while weaving any kind of sari. Okay, then they are using rolling machine, which is so weave a long cloth in a short span of time. That only I have written. See, weavers use wrap, weft and jari in this process. First of all, weavers put the thread rolls on the vertical frame of the wrapping machine. So what they will do by using the wrapping machine, so they will arrange the rolls of the threads. Okay, then these wrapping machine do the process. Okay, na? Then such a way they are weaving the cloth. The wrap is nearly 75 meters long, which can make 10 saris at a time. Okay, na? So what I have written? The wrap is nearly 75 meters long. The wrap is nearly how many meters long? 75 meters long. Nearly with a short span, then 10 meters sari will come out. Okay, at a time 10 meters sari will come out. The most basic process to form a fabric or cloth, fabric also called as cloth, is two different sets of yarn or end-to-ended. So end-to-ended means they are stitching two different threads. So one of the sets is called wrap, another set is called weft. Here you try to understand the terms wrap and weft. So this process is locally called as achu. So if you go village, they are saying achul vestunaru, like that they are saying. Wrap and weft method is called as achu method. So top to bottom threads we are observing, at the same time vertical threads we are observing, horizontal threads we are observing. Top to bottom threads are coming, then sideways also threads are coming. This is so form is the shape is like this. So wrap is the yarn that goes from top to bottom, that is wrap. Then another weft is the yarn that goes from left to right. Okay, na? So this terminology you have to learn. So up to now what we discussed about the machinery they are using while weaving. So that one we discussed now. So process of weaving a sari, that information also I explained you.